Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'd like to warmly welcome you to possibly one of the most fascinating and most exciting mawkibs I've ever come across. This mawkib is originated from Kuwait in the year 1427, and it's entitled and named after our dear prince, the dear prince of Imam Hussein Abdullah Rathee3 al-Asghar. This mawkib is special for a number of reasons. Number one, it contains workers from all across space. Just on my notebook, to name but a few, we have workers here from Kuwait, from Iraq, from Iran, from Lebanon, from Syria, from Bahrain, from Pakistan, from Syria, from Saudi Arabia, from the UAE, from the USA, and there are over 150 workers here packed into this area, bringing up food from breakfast, lunch to dinner to all of the Zuwaar. You'll be able to see behind us and all across here the amount of Zuwaar that are here to get food from this place. And inshallah we'll bring to you as to why they seek this food so much. It's ever so unique. The way in which they work is almost as if they're from the West. Very organized, very time efficient and very resource efficient as well. They don't waste anything and they ensure they give the maximum output to all of the Zuwaar who seek their food. Right now this area is about a 20-minute walk from the shrine of Imam Hussein. As I look to my right, I can see the dome of Aba Abdillah shining in the distance. It's quite far. However, at this time of Arba'een, to get from the shrine to here, it takes a good 40-45 minutes because the streets are so packed. However, whenever they need that moment of inspiration, whenever the time gets tough, you'll hear whilst we go inside, all they simply do is recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Furthermore, they continue and they chant songs about Imam al-Hussein. They chant Latmiyyah. They have the TVs on which have Mullah Basim Karbala'i, all the various rawadeen, all the various reciters reciting their eulogies just to get everyone into the mood, remind them why they are serving. So inshallah now we'll jump in, we'll take a look at what this magnificent Mawkib has to offer, and we hope you enjoy the tour. So we'll start here in the bread section. I'm sure you can hear the hustle and bustle around me, but we're just going to take you through how it works. So here we've got the dough, an incredible amount of dough here. I don't even want to think about how much flour has gone into this, water and all sorts. Once they've mixed it with this huge mixer, it then comes over here where they start to knead it and they start to roll it up. Many workers here who make it into small balls and eventually they start to flatten them out. Once they're flattened out, you can see if just behind us that there's a little rotisserie. When it goes onto there, it then goes through the almost oven behind us that then cooks it, and eventually it comes out just here at the end, as you can see the young child who's just getting out the fresh hot bread. This is the whole process to get the bread. The bread is served both in the morning for breakfast and then during the day for lunch and dinner for all the various meals. It's integral to the chicken, it's integral to the lamb, it's integral to the whole process. So the whole day the bread is being made and it doesn't stop, and it's in incredibly large quantities, as I'm sure you can see and also hear around me. We're now in the second section here. We started with the bread and the bread continues all the way down there. But right now we're in the section that has all the chicken. You can hear the high spirits, you can hear the workers putting every single effort that they have into producing the chickens. There's a phenomenal amount. We've got so many here, they continue right round us, behind us, and you can see the amount of workers that it takes in order to produce all the chickens. So once they've sorted the chicken, then they've prepared the meat, they then go on to marinate it, they then go on to put it onto these spikes. And eventually, after all this is prepared, it then ends up in the rotisseries for the chickens, which each one fits 150 chickens simultaneously in each one. All of these chickens get through and go through to the dinner. Just the amount of chicken that's being made is quite extraordinary. The amount of workers required to produce this, and well, this is all to serve the Zuwaar of Aba Abdillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're now in stage number 3 of this whole process. We started with the bread, we moved on to the chicken, and now we're in the meat section. It's like a complete factory for food. So it starts with just killing the lambs. Eventually they clean up the lambs and they cut them into the relative meat pieces that are required. Thereafter it's marinated, spices are put in, and it's just made to taste that bit better. It's mushed together into mince. Once grinded into the mince, it then enters this fairly strange looking machine, as you can see behind us. There's a whole tray behind it that you should be able to see. It's then entered into this machine at very high temperatures. And well, you can see the output just here. Stream after stream after stream of kebab with spices, all to then be cut up, as you can see behind us, put into fresh bread as made just there and served to the Zuwaar. Inshallah, all of this food gets completely finished day by day, morning, afternoon and evening, and the process doesn't stop throughout this entire factory. It's just gone Maghrib time here and the dinner service is well underway. Behind us you can see what I can only describe as the biggest shawarma ever. We've just asked one of the workers how much do the shawarma weigh here, and they said up to 1,000 kilos, and they get through this every single day. The thickness of this shawarma is roughly about a meter, maybe just shy of a meter in complete one side to the other. The height of it, you can see how high it's gonna get. And they have 1 and 2. They've got 2 of these all together and they get through these day by day. The amount of meat being produced here is outstanding. However, the main thing is the amount of Zuwaar that they are all serving. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We've just taken some time out, having gone around a few of the sections, and we've managed to catch up with one of the workers here. One of the workers who is hard trying to get the food out, trying to get all this food out to all the Zuwaar. So inshallah, we'll just have a quick word with him. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much for joining us. Just a few questions. Firstly, what is your name and where are you from?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Akbar Toidi and I'm 22 years old and
where are you from, Akbar?
I'm from Iran.
From Iran. Where in Iran? Which city?
Tehran.
Tehran, ahsan. How long have you been working here?
About 2 days.
2 days. And why is this your first time to Iraq? Have you been to Iraq before for ziyarah?
It's first time I visit Imam Hussein.
So, if it's your first time, why are you here working? Why are you not doing ziyarah?
For serve the Zuwaar and help the Zuwaar.
Subhanallah, subhanallah. There's all these different sections. There's bread, there's chicken, there's meat. Which section do you work in?
No different. Everywhere I help to the people in bread or chicken or butter every day.
Subhanallah, ahsan. And finally, my last question. Which of these areas do you like the most? Which one do you want to work in the most?
It's bread. And serve the people when they serve the food for the people.
SubhanAllah, SubhanAllah. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Brother Akbar. If you just have a look at his uniform, each of the workers is given the same uniform with the symbol on the top, with the 110 to remember Amir al-Mu'mineen. And it's quite amazing that each of them have this uniform. On the bottom, it says Mawkib Abdullah Rathee3, which is the name of the Mawkib here. And all of the workers wear these shirts. They're all as one unit. And as Brother Akbar mentioned, they all here want to do one thing. And that one thing is to serve the Zuwaar of Aba Abdillah as well as they can. It's quite extraordinary. We've just been speaking to some of the workers. They gave us some oranges just back there. I've come down the front having just finished them and I've already got some more. They're just so giving and so kind-hearted to fellow Zuwaar. They see us and they think, you know, we're also doing a service, so we're going to treat them like Zuwaar. The feeling and the love from each one of these brothers is amazing. We were just having a quick chat with one of them, and they said they have another branch exactly the same size as this one. However, it's on the walk from Najaf to Karbala. Exactly the same size, the same magnitude, the same amount of people, the same amount of food cooked. And just walking around here, I mean, I can't even imagine how much food they get through. We're going to try and find out the figures, and at the end, bring them to you, just to give you a rough idea as to how much food these guys are making every single day. Well, our experience here in the Mawkib Abdullah Rathee3 from Kuwait 110 has come to an end. It's been quite extraordinary. The amount of food these guys make is exceptional. Whilst I'm about to tuck into this, I just want to tell you a few numbers. They mentioned that they make over 30,000 bread a day, over 5,000 chickens are made, 11 to 15,000 kebabs each day. They go through 10,000 gas containers, and for breakfast, 10,000 bread with egg, with jam and with butter. However, I'm going to head into this, and just to show you the spirits of the Shabab, just have a listen to this. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم.
لبيك يا حسين
لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين لبيك يا حسين.